What is going on, FA Nation? John and Pembe here with your MLB DFS Game Day Playbook preview for Friday's 13-game main slate. Riding solo here today, so it's going to be a little bit of a quicker show, but we will go position by position. I'm going to bring you my top plays, values, and fades. And of course, we're going to end this show here building out a lineup. We'll be live again at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself, Henry Wilson, be here to answer all of your lineup questions, betting questions, get you all the updated lineups that come out throughout the day here. But like I said, a little bit of a quicker show, so let's waste no time jumping into it. Starting off at the pitching position here. Aaron Nola, Zach Gallen, both up over $10,000 here. Obviously attacking the Seattle Mariners has been a popular choice for us this season. The Mariners, the highest strikeout rate against right-handed pitching, sitting at 28.8%. Offensively, they are sitting a little bit better. They are creeping up in terms of WOBA, OPS, and ISO, but still overall on the year, just 23rd in WOBA at 301. ISO sitting at 129. Again, J-Rod is heating up, so that lineup is obviously moving as he moves here, but still a ridiculous strikeout rate that he has to contend to. You have Corbin Burns. I expect him likely to be the chalk at home against the Oakland Athletics here. We know the A is obviously kind of a pushover team, and Burns himself off to a really strong start to this season. Let me blow the screen up for everybody here. Shota Imanga is going to be a little bit interesting here. Imanaga, sorry. Going up against the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox have the highest strikeout rate in baseball against left-handed pitching at 30.8%. We know that lineup devastated by injuries. They're hitting guys like Pablo Reyes and then Connor Wong in the middle of their lineup. Rafael Devers has been banged up, and even he's from the left side. Jaron Duran, one of their better hitters from the left side. They're not even playing Masataka Yoshida. Tyler O'Neill is back. He has some pop, but still. Lineup is not very good, and obviously we got a great matchup here for Shota going up against the Red Sox here today. On the other side, it could be a little bit of a tougher matchup. Cutter Crawford's been equally as good this year, but Shota in a great spot. Chris Sale at home against Cleveland. Cleveland's offense has really been rolling lately. Sale certainly had his up and down moments, but he is Chris Sale. Strikeout potential certainly there. The win equity against Cleveland, being on the Braves lineup against Logan Allen today, is going to be there. So if you wanted to go Chris Sale, certainly think that's doable. I'm going to go back to Zach Eflin. Back-to-back really strong starts for him. 3 of the 5 this year have been really good. The middle league strikeout numbers in the White Sox, surprisingly, not putting up a ton of strikeout. Their team strikeout rate isn't anything astronomical, 24.7%, but 261 WOBA against right-handed pitching's dead last in baseball. So Zach Eflin for me, Corbin Burns, probably the top 2 cash game plays. If you want to go Shota in tournaments, Gallen in tournaments, I think both of those guys certainly make a lot of sense in the 9K and above tier. When we go down into the 8K range, I like Nathan Eovaldi at home against Cincinnati. Guys like Ellie De La Cruz can be scary, but getting them outside of Cincinnati in that hitter's ballpark, I think bodes well. And Eovaldi certainly has the ability to strike guys out and limit the damage there. Again, I mentioned Cutter Crawford against the Cubs. Cubs without Cody Bellinger. Cutter Crawford, 0.66 ERA on the year, 30 strikeouts already this season in 27 and a third innings. So one of the few remaining healthy starters for the Red Sox. Do they have what it takes to get him a win? Probably not. But again, he's averaging 20 fantasy points on the season with only 1 win, including 4 of his 5 starts over 19 points. So getting him at $8,300 certainly a pretty good value. After that, again, it's not really that there's some great matchups. I mean, if you wanted to go Patrick Sandoval against Minnesota, I think you can. We know that the Minnesota Twins lineup is chock full of lefty bats there. So you're getting Sandoval in a spot where he might be able to take advantage of this matchup. Minnesota 15th in WOBA against left-handed pitching at a 318. 24.6% strikeout rate is 7th highest in baseball against left-handed pitching. So I know Patrick Sandoval hasn't been great, but this matchup could maybe lean to some value. On the other side of that, though, I mean, Bailey Ober, we were willing to pay over $7K for him the other day. He got a start push back. Now he's going up against the Angels. Ober's pitched pretty well. Now, again, maybe the matchup for the Twins offense has the win equity down a little bit here, but the Angels, 24.8% strikeout rate against right-handed pitching. That's good for 8th highest. You look at their 308 team WOBA. 306 team WOBA. That's just 18th in baseball, 140 ISO. So, I mean, if he can kind of work his way around, Mike Trout, Taylor Ward, I think there's some value, especially at $6,800 here for Bailey Ober. So definitely one of, I think, my targets for today. I'm not going too far down. Priester, Mikolas, Stripling, Flexen. You're not going to pitch any of those guys there. So maybe you give Trevor Williams a look. He's been pretty good this season. The regression numbers are certainly there to suggest he'll eventually sort of come his way down. But Washington no longer going up against Jesus Luzardo. Maybe that plays up well for Trevor Williams and an opportunity to get some wins here. 17 fantasy points his last time out in a no decision against Houston. 16 fantasy points against Oakland's not terrible. 19 fantasy points in a win against Pittsburgh. The Giants got to him a little bit in terms of limiting the strikeouts, so the fantasy points weren't there in a win. But still, at $6,300, maybe you give Trevor Williams a peek there as well for some value. Moving on over to catcher spot, we talk a lot about just sort of finding the cheapest catcher and plugging him into your lineup. That being said, Jonah Heim against Graham Ashcraft certainly feels like a pretty good spot. Ryan Jeffers homered yesterday. You got him against Patrick Sandoval in that 4K range. You go down a little bit further here, and I think where's Connor Wong? There he is. Connor Wong against the lefty might be the most productive hitter on the Red Sox lineup right now. 364 average. He homered twice the other day. 1,000 OPS. Again, Shota's been pitching out of his mind. But Connor Wong, one of the few bats really working their way through the Boston lineup right now. After that, again, maybe you go down to Omar Narvaez if he's in the lineup. He's like the punt play I've been going to. He's all the way down here like $2,400-$2,500. Yeah. No Francisco Alvarez. Good chance that he's in the lineup today. Gets the matchup against Miles Mikolas, so lefty versus righty here for him. I know the overall numbers don't look great, but 5 fantasy points the other day against the Giants would be more than enough to pay off the price tag. Get a good run here over 2 days on the 6th and the 9th, giving you 15 to 16 fantasy points. So, ceiling could be there. A couple years ago, he was a really good hitting catcher. If he's in the lineup today, I may just opt to punt the position and go there for my own lineups. At the first base position, this is where it's going to get a little bit of fun. We know Chris Bassett really struggles against left-handed hitters, so you have the option to go Ohtani at first base, or you can also go Freddie Freeman here. Those are my top 2 options today for me at the first base position, just knowing that Bassett's numbers against left-handed hitters are what they are. Overall, this year against lefties, we've seen he has an ERA, he has a 470 WOBA, a 587 slugging allowed to left-handed hitters last year, 504 slug, 357 WOBA. So lefties continually just do all the damage against Chris Bassett. Now he's got to go a lineup that has Freeman and Ohtani in it. James Outman, probably a cheaper option in the outfield, but we'll get to that. So if you're looking to spend up today, I think it's Ohtani or Freeman at the first base position for me, where I'd be looking to target. You want to work your way down, you can always go Christian Walker, has the power for sure. Tampa Bay against Chris Flexen could be interesting. I know the Rays offense has struggled a bit, but could go Yandy Diaz against Flexen if you felt comfortable doing that. Baltimore against Stripling feels pretty nice. Gavin Stone more struggles against lefties than righties, with Turner's hitting in the middle of that lineup. Rhino Hearn at 4K. I like that against Ross Stripling if he's in the lineup there today as well. Anthony Rizzo, homered the other day. He's got Colin Ray at $3,900. Nathaniel Lowe, I mean, we've talked about it. Came back in the lineup recently after the injury. Couple of games with the multi-hits. Finally got off the home run schneid yesterday, hitting in the top part of this Rangers lineup. I do like Nathaniel Lowe today, some value at $3,800. And then my usual go-to for value here, we have Lamonte Wade. Going to hit the top part of this lineup, usually second or third here for the Giants, $3,400. Gets the lefty-righty matchup. So more than willing to go Lamonte Wade here. And then as the official lineups come out, again, if any more guys open up, we'll be able to address that at the 4 p.m. live show. Moving on over to second base, you have the top end guys here, Betts, Marte, Simeon. All of them are fine, but Ozzie Albies is back. Coming off of that fractured toe in the lineup, ready to play. We know his numbers against left-handed pitching are elite, so getting Albies under 5K here I think feels pretty solid. Again, this is a guy 58, 57, 57, 56. The cheapest he's been all year is 5,200. You're getting him at 49 off the IL here against Logan Allen. So definitely looking to plug in some Ozzie Albies to me at the second base position here tonight. If you want to go down and find some value, Nico Horner has been pretty good of late. You can certainly take a look at him. Bryce Terang, we know, has some stolen base upside with a righty on the mound. You can go there if you feel like it. And maybe eventually Jackson Holiday will get going. He did have a hit in his most recent game and a run score, did strike out 2 more times, but maybe that one hit is something to get him off there. Kevin Biggio's 32, but he's really starting to struggle. It might honestly, I might just be looking to plug in Ozzy Albies today. That may be my go-to. Third base position, again, all your top end plays. Jose Ramirez against Sale, probably not because of the Sale matchup, but Austin Riley against Allen feels pretty good. Jordan Westberg is all the way up to 4,800. You'll see they finally moved up the pricing on these Baltimore guys. I looked at the outfield already. Colton Cowser ain't cheap anymore either, but Westberg, if you want to go with the stack, you can make some decisions there. And the direction you want to go. Isaac Paredes has a ton of power. Alec Bone's been super hot, even though it's a righty-righty matchup for him. Mention lefties. Max Muncy at $4,400 has a lot of power. And again, Bassett just really struggling against lefties. So you could go there. Brian Hayes is another guy that hits lefties pretty well. Orlando Cabrera gets Colin Ray, but he's starting to struggle a little bit. Josh Smith homered the other day. Should be in the lineup today against Graham Ashcraft. If you're looking for cheap exposure to the Rangers lineup, going like Nathaniel Lowe, Josh Smith, and then Seager and Adola stack or something like that could certainly come through with his price tag at $3,300. There really wasn't much other value for me. Again, we'll have to wait and see what the official lineups look like when they come out, but I think Josh Smith is probably the cheapest I'm going to be looking to go at third base today. Over at shortstop, Mookie Betts, 10 up there, dual positional eligibility, Trey Turner. Gunner's up to 6 now, Elliott 59, Seager 58. So if you're looking to spend up, probably the obvious options. I wasn't playing Abrams initially with Luzardo on the mound, but now that he's no longer out there and they're going with the opener bullpen approach, I think Abrams at 5K could certainly be a little bit interesting there. Orlando Arcia, now that Albies is back, will go back to hitting at the bottom of the lineup. Maybe that helps him out a little bit at 42 against Logan Allen. Caballero, back-to-back games of stolen bases for him. I mean, the elite stolen base potential, if he gets on base against Chris Flexen at 3,700, I think is pretty appealing for me here. And then they finally bumped up the price on our guy Mason Wynn. He's up over 3K now, but still would be willing to go to him today in this matchup, even though I do think Budo's been pretty good here and maybe even an option to throw against the Cardinals today. And we'll finish off at the outfield. As I mentioned, if you're not using Ohtani at first base, you can use him in the outfield. You get Soto here against Colin Ray. That one certainly makes some sense. Marcelo Ozuna against Logan Allen. Again, I like a lot of Atlanta today as well. Adolis, $5,300, can certainly plug him into some lineups. So the top options, those are the usual suspects. Can plug him in as you wish to go there. Colton Cowser, as I mentioned, is now $4,700, but he continues to rip. So can play him if you want to go with Baltimore or just a one-off play in your outfield. Rather, I think that one is perfectly okay as well. Oh, JD Martinez is expected to make his debut. $4,400, going to hit 5th for the Mets here. If you think that maybe he gives that lineup a little bit of a spark, we know the power he showed with the Dodgers the last couple of seasons could be a productive hitter in that lineup. Maybe that carries over, but maybe best to take a wait and see approach. But he is at least going to be in the lineup. Said Mole, $4,400. Lee, will he lead off? There in the mid tier as well. Jock Peterson's really good. Only 2 homers on the year, but 1,000 OPS with a righty on the mound in Hancock. He'll be in the lineup today for Arizona, so you can certainly take a look there. Byron Buxton's down to 4,100. If you're not a believer in Patrick Sandoval, Buxton certainly can play in that Minnesota lineup today if you wanted to go there. Let's see, some value outfielders for today. Siri always has power. How do you not just keep going back to Dalton Varsho? This guy's been on fire. He has power and stolen base potential. And Gavin Stone had some troubles with lefties. So Varsho could be in play. Perkins against Gill. I've been playing a lot of Perkins as a value option as well. Don't mind Sal Frelick in that same spot. Let's see. Mentioned Outman earlier. Again, just another lefty bat against Chris Bassett. Again, you can get 4 lefties Dodgers in your lineup here today with Freeman, Ohtani, Muncy, and Outman all going up against Chris Bassett here in Toronto. Duvall will be in the lineup against Allen. Again, righty-lefty. He homered the other day, so maybe he's starting to heat up with some at-bats. Let's see. Other value plays. Let's see, I like Eflin. Not going to go Gavin Sheets. Can't play Lawrence with a lefty on the mound. Let's see. Anything else down here that I'm just missing? Ref Snyder's hit lefty as well, but again, I kind of like Shota, but he's been obviously very good since getting the call back up to the team off the injured list. So he will be in the lineup. He may even lead off in this game. So Rob Ref Snyder at $2,800 could be a dart if you're not playing Shota. Let's see what else do we got down here. They've been playing Pavin Smith lately. Had this homer, 6 RBIs. He is the lefty bat, so maybe Pavin Smith at $2,700 could be a look. Is Jacob Young still up with them? He is. There's obviously elite stolen base potential with Jacob Young if he finds himself in the lineup. Maybe Heston Kjerstad gets in here. He was over 4 in his first game, but if he ends up being in the lineup, I'd throw a dart and Heston Kjerstad against Ross Stripling. $2,600 is super cheap. And as I mentioned, all the other Baltimore guys, they're priced up big time. So if Kjerstad finds himself playing today, I think I would give him a one-off there. Not a great hit tool, but a ridiculous amount of power with Heston Kjerstad. Pete Crow Armstrong, first career home run the other day. He's 2,300, could be in the lineup for the Cubs against the righty and Crawford with no Bellinger, so that could be a value play on the slate. Let's see. That's it. All right, let's build a lineup here. Again, we'll be back live at 4 p.m. Eastern time, so we appreciate you all tuning in today, but make sure you hit that like button, that thumbs up as a free way to support what we do here on the Fantasy Alarm YouTube channel. Again, we'll be back live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. If you hit that subscribe button, you'll get notified when we go live here each and every day to break down the MLB DFS main slate. So starting off at pitching here again, I like Eflin. Then I'm going to go Bailey Ober. I just like the value you're getting with Bailey Ober. Again, if I needed some more money, I may even maybe even think about going down to Trevor Williams, but we'll see. Catcher, I'm just going to plug in Omar Narvaez as my punt. I kind of like that, and plus I'm going to be looking to spend up a little bit here. First base, I'm going lefties. I'm just going to see what we can do here. Freeman, Albies, Muncy. Let's see how quickly I run out of money here. Ohtani. And where's Outman? Outman's 36. We do Win. I spelled his name wrong. Win here at shortstop for 32. And then that gives us a $3,700 outfielder. What do we want to do with 3,700? Anything fit the splits? Oh, we'll just do Duvall. There you go. We got Duvall in there for the A's, for the Braves there, another already lefty matchup. So example lineup for everybody here. Taking a look, Zach Eflin, Bailey Ober, Omar Narvaez, Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies, Max Muncy, Mason Wynn, Shohei Ohtani, James Outman, Adam Duvall. We're stacking stacking Dodgers lefties here against Chris Bassett. We got returning Albies and Duvall in their matchup against Logan Allen, the southpaw. Punting catcher with Omar Narvaez, and we're punting shortstop with Mason Wynn. Guys, again, we'll be back live at 4 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you check that out. Till then, I'll catch you later.